This is so tricky. Why did this and left this? Why not just let it go natural?
If I remember correctly, I think they canalized it to try to maximize the flow. So that was actually, now if they were to do it today, my guess is they would try to leave some of it natural, whereas the old approach was to just get the water out as quickly as possible.
Because I'm also thinking, right, they were, I'm just guessing that they didn't want to disturb the secondary forest here. Because
This
if
side
they,
is secondary forest.
Yeah,
it's part of secondary.
see, but yeah, this part though, because it's got all this African tulip,
Yeah.
which is all fast growing.
Yes.
So this is probably very recently regrown. It was probably just kampong and open area gardens and things last time.
Yeah, so I was saying, I think that they were afraid of the damage they would do if they were to actually extend this concretized canal to this side.
Actually, we should have just had Sharon in there, but this part, this still is outside the nature reserve.
Oh, it's outside. Also the outside.
Yeah, the nature reserve starts on the inside a little bit. In fact, you know, this area. So you know the lady Sharon we just met.
Yeah.
So she's got a strategy, and that's how she's involved. So I think the reserve only starts. The reserve is going like a U, right? Oh, thank you. So let's see now. I think
So the biggie is over here.
So there's a finger of reserve here, and then this is all outside the reserve, and it comes like that. It's like a horseshoe. So I think this, and we're over here, yeah. So I think we're outside still.
Oh, because I always thought, right, you know, at the back here, then there's that barricade area.
Yeah.
I always thought behind that barricade,
Yeah.
then all that is the reserve already.
Yeah, so it's some sort of like there's a U-shaped gap over
okay.
here, and then so this part is nature reserve here.
Okay.
This part is nature reserve, like you say, and then this part is outside.
I see.
Oh, alright.
Somewhere here. So essentially, you can see all the former grassland is where the this African tulip, this red flower tree, is growing. Yeah.
Okay.
Because so, in fact, you might even be able to see it on the map here. So yeah, this is exactly where the boundary is somewhere where this is the former grassland.
Could we use like based on it's like, for example, you look here, it's quite roughly from this Google map somewhere.
Did Deng Chak ever leave behind a comparison 1950 something?
Yes, we have a
aerial
1950s
photo?
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So using that as a guide.
Yeah. So I think much of this is recently regrown. It looks like so to most people this would look kind of old forest, but these trees are probably 40 years old or less. They're very fast growing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I actually never really noticed the African tulips
Oh.
here until today, you know.
Oh, okay. So the reserve is kind of only
Beyond.
further back inside there.
Actually, Charlie, there are a lot of African tulips, you know.
Now.
Just stand here now.
They don't have.
Yeah, look at the flower is here, there, over that side as well. The past few years, I don't remember seeing so many. Oh, African tulips are those.
I know. Probably they were shorter lah. So
Maybe,
in a few years they have grown quite a bit.
It's possible.
And this one, Angsana, right here. This
is Angsana, is it?
So
This big one.
So this would be planted. So it's probably just a few trees and a lot of open area, and then they grew back.
Okay. This one here, is this considered lalang? Because a teacher asked, I remember last year.
Doesn't look like it.
Is this considered lalang?
No, this is taller, bigger. This is like, what do they call it? Either napier grass or elephant grass. One of those two.
Elephant grass. So these are just like wild grass. It grows wherever there's an empty patch.
Yeah, but I think usually near wet, where there's
We go B6 and go
damp
bottom.
area.
It's all connected at B6, B7,
What do you call napier grass?
Napier. It's one of those. I'm so bad with my grasses, but it's either napier grass or elephant grass. One of those two.
Should I take a picture?
Yeah, we just a picture.
Then you can Google image.
Then the other one also just
Which one?
this is the Angsana tree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's actually we get them to just look around and what do they notice on this side of the bridge and maybe do a comparison to the right side.
Okay.
So now that I see the African tulip tribe, we may actually even talk to them and introduce them, oh, do you see the African tulip? So if you actually see this other one I gave you the other day, the invasive species, I actually was thinking that this is an opportunity to now introduce the African tulip at this point now, very briefly.
So again, you can see the growth of these areas on the fringes of the nature reserve are always going to be mixed between what was spontaneously arising and others that just seed themselves. Some are mixed. African tulip.
But normally the exotic ones, someone actually consciously planted them, right? They wouldn't have just...
Oh, it depends on how well they can disperse. And the African tulip has those membranous seed, right? So
Yeah, we've seen that before.
that one can disperse quite widely. So that one tends to establish quite well. So again, so let's see. So you can tell. So this is planted. So there's two mangoes there, right? The two
Which one is the mango?
One with the reddish flower. That's not the regular mango. I think that's like the queenie.
Oh, the one, remember we saw in the I think it's in the one on a diagram in the near the classroom there. It's a queenie mango.
It's a type of kampong mango.
Which one is it? The
There's two mangoes actually. One with the red flowers. Yeah, that's the mango. Sorry, that's a durian, the tall one.
Yeah,
the tall one, okay. The one is a durian.
That's mango.
That's mango.
And then this one here, this other tree, this is mata kucing, which is a kind of
Oh.
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
This one,
Mata
the big
kucing.
canopy here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
that's nice.
Okay, mata
So that's
kucing. That one will be a durian. Then you have a mango here, and then the red one is like a.
Oh, that red one is the flowers of the mango.
Of the mango.
Right, so those probably somebody
right?
somebody planted.
But it's wide angle, so I'm not sure whether.
Yeah.
So that
So
one
this
somebody
remember, mata
planted.
kucing, durian, mangoes.
You want to do a sketch?
No need, I can
Remember.
sort of recognize.
And so those types of
The reason why you say that one is like it's a kampong mango white compared to the ones we normally find around Singapore, the green type. Is there any?
it's a good question. I don't know, but I have a feeling like a lot of either those were easily available, but I think people last time, if you like talk to our seniors, they often prefer that really stronger smelling, more type of mango.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one are just a normal the bananas, right?
These really bananas?
Although some that are around here have seeds in them,
Oh,
so.
that's one I always want to ask. How about this?
Oh, this is the giant yam.
It's very yam.
It's
okay.
yam, but it's not.
Not edible.
It is edible. I mean, it's edible, but it's not a preferred food source. In other words, like when there's nothing else,
Then
people will eat it.
So the same thing,
Like
the root,
the tuber, it's like a famine food. Different species here. I've never ate this. I'm told it's edible, but it really is considered famine food. But every
So this would be like I think that one you mentioned people who have planted.
yeah. So they're always usually associated with reputation. Yeah. So again, I mean, I guess the idea isn't that the girls need to know all the plants and so on, but the more they, the more they can pick up on their own, the more the plants are telling a story of the history of this
No, our
area,
worry is this, right?
Yeah.
They will point to this. Mr. D'Souza, what is this? Why is this there? Then
one excitement is all these fruit trees.
Yeah.
The girls may not have
Yeah.
seen them. They
okay,
only see the
remind
fruit.
me, tomorrow I must go and print a picture of mata kucing.
Yes.
The girls probably have never heard of it in their life.
Yeah, so another thing we can do is
Buy some mata
because
kucing.
look, we kind of know every bird and butterfly and plant, but we can turn it around and we can get the students to take photos of different things that they don't know, and then
Search.
search, or I can go down to the school, and we just have a plant ID session
Yeah.
after school or that, you know.
Yeah.
So this is a fig. This is the wild. This is
Wild
the yellow stem fig. Fig will have sap, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I normally look out for the fruits on the.
oh, on the trunk, yeah.
Yeah.
So again, this is widely dispersed. In fact, you can even see where there's a bat probably perched or a bird perched up there. That's the droppings with the small,
Oh, okay.
small seeds.
Oh, yeah, the seeds of the fig.
Yeah, I don't know if that's fig or if that's the what do you call it? Tube, one of those secondary forest
Okay.
things. Yeah.
This is the one that you said drop on the car and you cannot get rid of.
Yeah. So sometimes
Yeah.
when you see the seeds, right, you,
Like
you
that,
know
yeah.
they've been eating.
So track C, we see a lot of that.
We
lah.
saw a lot of that, yeah.
Oh,
But later we
okay.
can confirm with him.
So you're saying this eaten by the bats?
Probably.
Yeah.
Is it the main food eaten by the bats?
So yeah. So there are preferred foods by bats, and they.
Because the bats, you have two types. You have the insect
These are
bats
fruit
and the
bats.
fruit
And the
bats.
fruit bat, yeah.
Because I'm quite certain even the mangoes, right, might attract the fruit bats.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
But we don't. Yeah, they can carry surprisingly big stuff, but we mainly have left only the smaller fruit bat.
Right.
With the common fruit bat is a small one, whereas the flying fox is the really big one. They can take bigger things.
So we don't have any flying foxes in
Yeah.
Singapore.
Very rarely you see solitary ones flying around, whereas they naturally will flock in the roost in the
Okay.
hundreds, right? So we've sadly lost our. So this section from here to the center will be a combination of plantation plants. So again, these mata kuching.
This one I just want to confirm with you.